Hey guys. Hey, I get questions regarding agency quite a bit. What does a buyer's agent mean? What does a seller's agent and dual agents? Well, it's a fiduciary duty that the real estate agent plays, whether it's buyer's or listing agent, and they have to be careful what they say to make sure they're properly representing their buyer or seller. I can give you an example. There was one situation that I was representing the buyer, and the appraisal came in about 20,000 too low, meaning that the buyer was going to have to bring, like 20 grand to the table, a lot of money. So I was talking with the listing agent. I mentioned about the appraisal being low, and he said, well, wow, my seller is kind of in a tough situation because she already put a down payment on another house, and she has to make this transaction go. And really, she was out of time too, so it wasn't like they could accept another deal or to put it back on the market. So this information that the listing agent gave me was not in the best interest of the seller. So it gave me enough information so that I knew exactly what to do. And I basically went back and said, look, we're going to give you the appraised price, nothing more. I feel bad, but that's what we're going to do. So he ended accepting it, or the seller ended up accepting it, and we moved forward, and good for my buyer. So a dual agency, that's tricky because you can't say anything because you're representing both sides. So that's when you have a buyer's contract already, and then you will list a house, and if one of those buyers comes to the table, then basically it's a dual agency. So one thing, particularly with sellers, you need to be careful is with agents coming to you and saying, look, if we list your house, we have a whole bunch of buyers already lined up. Well, it's great, but it can be kind of dangerous because if they already have contracts signed with buyers, guess what? They're working for the buyers. So I think a due diligence on the part of a client, either whether you're on the buyer's side or whether you're on the seller's side, is very important. And just understanding some of these things can make a big difference on how the transaction goes, how much money you get for your house, and what type of terms you're able to get. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. It's a very important part of real estate, this whole thing with agency and negotiation and confidentiality and so forth. So not often talked about, but yeah, reach out if you have any questions.